looking at the Premier League now, you predicted City. I think that was your call at the start of the season. They haven't. They played one really top team, Chelsea, who have a bit of a problem, but they were very impressive at Stamford Bridge. They went and they pressurised Chelsea and really played them off the park. It looks like Spurs might be the only real challenge, although you think, and perhaps Manchester United will be. Can they be stopped this season? They're 5 points clear of Manchester United and Spurs. Can they be stopped? Because they still have Otamendi at the back, and then they don't look as solid, although their goalkeeper looks like he's very good.
Yeah, well, I think they can be stopped. 5 points, it's 2 games, so I think there's a chance they can be stopped. As I said, I wouldn't rule out United. I think they're probably the most likely challenger, because they're good defensively and they've got Pogba to come back and they've got potential going forward. The problem with Spurs is I'm not sure whether the squad is big enough, because they will progress in the Champions League the way it looks like. And then when you have the Champions League as well as the league, when it goes into February, March, you need 18, 20, 22 players who are equally as good. And if you change 3 or 4 players, the quality should still be the same. I'm just not sure over 38 games whether Spurs got the strength and depth to really challenge the Manchester teams. So therefore, I think Spurs will finish in the top 3 or top 4, but I can't really see them challenging either of the United teams.
Now, they have a big game tomorrow at Old Trafford, Spurs. They have a terrible record against Manchester United over the years. It's really, really shocking. On the face of it, you'd think with Harry Kane in form, Dele Alli in form as well, and that good, strong defence of theirs, you'd have to make them favourites. Yeah, you can back them at 9-4 because of this apparent hoodoo. First of all, I believe there are certain grounds where you never get a result. I don't know what the reason is. It's something to do with metaphysics. Yeah. But what's your call on that match tomorrow?
Yeah, at 9-4, I'd probably rather back them than lay them, because it's a team in form against a team pretty much out of form. I think Spurs had a terrible record against Liverpool as well last week.
Yes.
I think they haven't beaten them for a long time.
For 9 games.
So here we go. So they finished that run of bad results against a team. Maybe they can do it 2 weeks running. I'm just impressed. They play with an intensity. They play with the freedom. They look like a proper football team. Everything I want to see in a football team, I think Spurs show. And it looks very basic at times. They do defend well. They've got holding midfielders. They've got a very good defence. I think Sanchez, the guy they brought in from Holland, I think looks a really good player. They've got a top-class keeper. Harry Winks, the way he nurtured him in last season, I think is fantastic, because he kept bringing him in, and now he's in a position where he plays most weeks. So he's another player who I think that the manager improved him and brought through and nurtured him into the first team. And then they've got the 3 match winners going forward. So it's a team that's fantastic to watch. Again, when they get an injury too, I think United or City got a bigger squad to adapt to that. That's the only problem I've got. But I agree with you. Going into tomorrow's game, I don't think they should be underdogs. And for that reason, I'd probably rather back them than lame.
Okay, and if they do get beat, we can say that there is such a thing as a hoodoo.